heard about he and she were the main characters in the Mistress Contract by Vicky Featherstone, and she said, I really want you to read something. And she told me a little bit about the idea, but she slipped me the book. And actually, it's actually a really good question. How did I first, not even how did I first hear, but how did I first meet? Because you really meet these characters, because that was the thing that hit me first, was the voices of these characters are just, they are inherently authentic.
The background to the Mistress Contract is that the play's been inspired, sort of an adaptation really, of these transcripts. Transcripts made over 40 years. In 1981, a couple were having an affair. She's now 96, he's 88. And in 1981 they were having an affair, and she became very frustrated by the fact that she felt she had no power in terms of this, and she was married and she had children. And after one particular night in a hotel, she sent him a fax saying, these are the terms of our relationship going forward, and she called it the Mistress Contract. And the terms of the relationship were that he would buy her a house so that she could move and that she could leave her husband, and that he would give her enough money to survive, and that she would give him sexual favours whenever he wanted and she wouldn't ask why. In return, he would let her record all of their conversations so that they would create a work of art or a book at some point at the end of this.
The creation of this contract is an attempt by the woman to arrest back some kind of control, and I think some kind of territory within the bedroom, and then subsequently within her I think intellectual and emotional life with he. What's interesting is that the conversations, like good conversations often do, they don't come to a conclusion, they don't have a profound thesis to them, they're a process, they're a journey. And in fact, that's what I've come to realise the play is probably going to be about. It's going to be about the continual and necessary discourse that men and women have to try and maintain some balance, because inherently I don't think that equality is possible. Although the book is very mysterious, like the authors of the book, who I've never actually met and who are anonymous. But within the context of the play and the context of the book and the material I have, you meet them kind of their mid-late 40s. And then we take the characters sort of through two big time periods. So we take sort of a series of conversations between the 80s and the 90s, and then I kind of do an imagined conversation set in the kind of near present. The spirit of that, of kind of being in your 40s or late 40s and early 50s and questioning where you are in a relationship, felt like that was the heart of the book.
The woman in it is quite challenging in the way that she asks questions of the man, and she asks questions that a lot of people never dare to ask, so it goes quite to the bone really. It examines 40 years of relationships, it's about kind of feminism, it's about men and women, and ultimately it's about, can love and sex endure in a long-term relationship.
Inherently I wanted to be men and women in the audience, and I'm intrigued by the idea of couples going to see it, because I think it's, I think there are elements that are in the book that I can relate to on a personal level that I think anybody can if you've ever been in a long relationship.